Welcome back to another deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're diving into something called Texit Coin.
Mm-hmm.
We're really going to explore how it's designed, not just, to grow its community, but how it tries to incentivize actual active user participation.
Right. It's about getting people involved, not just signed up.
Exactly. So, our mission, if you will, for this deep dive is to really unpack the core mechanics behind this approach. How are they doing it?
And we're drawing this from the source material we have is excerpts from Texit Coin, incentivizing community growth and participation.
Perfect. Okay, so let's try and unpack this a bit. The basic idea seems to be that Texit Coin wants to foster growth, build community,
Yes.
by specifically rewarding users, rewarding them for what they do to expand the community and help develop it.
Yeah, and what I find fascinating right off the bat is how the coin isn't just presented as like a passive digital thing you hold. It's framed more as a governance token, something you use within a decentralized platform. The excerpts really hammer this home user activity is directly linked to making the whole ecosystem stronger.
Ah, okay.
It essentially turns users into, well, active stakeholders.
So less like just currency, more like a tool for getting involved, maybe even steering the ship a bit.
Precisely. That governance aspect is key.
That does set it apart. The source seems very clear, stating Texit Coin is specifically engineered to incentivize participation, fostering community building, growth. But, okay, how?
Right. The how is crucial.
How does that translate into, actual stuff people do and get rewarded for? Does the source get specific about the types of involvement they're looking for?
Oh, absolutely. The excerpts detail quite a multifaceted approach. So first off, for just bringing people in the expansion part,
Yeah.
they talk about this really interesting tiered referral program.
Tiered, okay. Not just bring a friend, get a coin.
No, it's more layered. You get rewarded for the initial sign-up, sure. But then you also get like a percentage of what that new user does afterwards.
Ah.
Their engagement, their contributions within the ecosystem, maybe for a set amount of time.
So that encourages you to bring in people who will actually stick around and do things.
Exactly. Quality referrals, not just, empty signups who vanish.
Okay, that's really interesting. So it's not purely a numbers game then. It feels like they're trying to build a network of genuinely active people.
That seems to be the goal, yeah.
Does the source talk about how they incentivize contributions besides referrals? Like, what about people building stuff or creating content, not just recruiting?
Yes, and that's a really important distinction they make in the excerpts. Beyond just referrals, the model puts a heavy emphasis on rewarding other kinds of contributions, things that directly make the platform itself better.
Like what, for example?
Well, they outline incentives for content creation. So maybe writing educational articles, making tutorials, even creative stuff that helps the community understand things better. And then there's the technical side, contributing code, finding bugs.
Okay, so developers too.
Developers, testers, absolutely. And even things like community moderation, keeping the discussions healthy, welcoming.
Right, the less glamorous but essential stuff.
Exactly. Essential work.
So it sounds like they're aiming for this really broad ecosystem where pretty much anyone, whatever their skill is, can potentially chip in and get rewarded.
That's the picture they paint, yes. A comprehensive system.
But how do they actually, track and reward all these different kinds of contributions, measuring content quality versus a code commit versus a referral? That sounds complex. Does the source get into the tech behind that?
It does touch on that, and unsurprisingly, this is where the blockchain comes in. It's vital.
Okay.
The excerpts explain these rewards aren't just like IOUs. They're distributed automatically, programmatically, using smart contracts.
Ah, okay. So the rules are baked in.
Right. The rules for earning Texit Coin for specific actions, whether it's that successful referral you made or maybe a piece of content that gets rated highly by the community, it's all coded onto the blockchain.
Which means it's transparent. Everyone can see the rules.
Transparent, immutable, can't be easily changed on a whim, and predictable. You know what actions lead to what rewards. And that predictability is huge for building trust, especially in, a decentralized world.
That automation and transparency definitely sounds robust, but doesn't incentivizing everything sometimes backfire?
How do you mean?
Well, like people just trying to game the system, focusing only on racking up rewards, maybe doing low-quality stuff just to get coins, rather than having genuine interest. Does the source mention that risk?
That's a really sharp point, and yes, the source seems quite aware of that potential pitfall. It acknowledges the challenge of attracting what they actually term mercenary participants.
Oh, okay. Mercenaries.
Yeah. So to counter that, they mentioned integrating things like proof of human verification systems, especially for the higher value rewards, just to minimize bots or people creating tons of fake accounts.
Right, basic security?
Basic security, but also they emphasize that contributions seen as higher value, like significant technical development or consistent long-term community moderation, these are often weighted more heavily.
Meaning they get bigger rewards.
Bigger rewards, exactly. It's
Okay.
an attempt to align the incentives with sustained quality engagement, not just quick, fleeting actions to grab some coins.
Got it. So it's like a balancing act they're trying to pull off. Encourage lots of people to join in, but also make sure the truly valuable contributions get recognized more.
It certainly sounds like a sophisticated balancing act, yes.
And the big picture goal, like the source says, is to get this broad user involvement that genuinely strengthens the whole Texit Coin ecosystem, moving beyond just headcounts to really engaged and maybe even self-sustaining community base.
Yeah, and if we kind of zoom out and connect this to the bigger picture, this whole model, incentivize growth using these direct, transparent rewards for all sorts of participation, from referrals to coding to content, all managed by those smart contracts. It really is designed to cultivate a deeply involved, potentially self-governing Texit Coin ecosystem.
Self-governing through participation.
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
Which inevitably brings up a really important question, I think.
What's that?
Well, what does it actually mean for a digital community when its growth, its development, its very fabric is so deliberately tied to incentivizing individuals, paying them, essentially, to bring people in, create stuff, build the tech? How might that fundamentally change what we even think of as community in this, decentralized future we keep talking about?
Yeah, that's a deep question. So wrapping up, what does this all mean for you listening? Think about the power, maybe the implications, of a system that directly rewards your contribution, your effort in helping it expand and develop.
It shifts the dynamic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. What does this kind of approach mean for how we think about community, about participation online, moving away from just being a user or a consumer towards being an active co-creator, maybe even a co-owner?
Co-creation incentivized.
Exactly. Definitely something to mull over as we watch how these digital communities continue to evolve. Think about that for your next aha moment.